Imagine this. You're a 10-year-old little girl. All you want to do is sleep in on Saturday morning, do a couple chores, and then go hang out with your neighborhood friends. However, this is not the case. Your dad knocks on your door every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, says, "Hey, go put on your boots and some clothes you can get dirty in, because we're going to work on the farm." This little girl, this was me. My dad would wake us up early every Saturday and say, "Let's go clean pig pens," or move panels, or my least favorite of all, haul hay. A couple years ago, I would have been mortified to be standing before you. However, this is not the case today. How did this happen? How did this change occur? One word: agriculture. Agriculture has taught me so many life lessons that I could not have gotten anywhere else. Today, I want to show you what agriculture has to offer for you, and then encourage you to apply agriculture in your own life. The first thing I think it provides is hard work. Whatever you participate in agriculture, it requires some effort to be exerted for it to go well. For example, raising turkeys in this project required a lot of effort from me. I was required to go feed them and make sure that they were doing well, not getting sick. And although they really stunk, it paid off. I was able to pay for a trip out of state by doing this turkey project. In agriculture, we see a lot of our hard work pay off, where otherwise we may not see it pay off. Another thing I think it teaches you is responsibility. But don't just take it from me. Joel Salatin, author of a farming advice book, stated, "Growing up on a farm taught me the value of hard work. I was a slow learner, but my parents and brother were very patient. When there were chores to be done, you couldn't write a memo and blame someone else for not doing them. Everyone had their jobs, and the work cycle, especially on a dairy farm, repeated every day." This statement shows that in agriculture, everybody is responsible for something. They all have to take part to make sure their project gets accomplished. For me, this has specifically been done in my stock show projects. I have been required to feed them morning and night, clip them, wash them for the show, and make sure they are show ready and getting them in the ring. These things have taught me to be self-reliant and responsible for myself and my actions to make sure my project is successful. The last thing that I want to touch on today that agriculture teaches is social benefits. And I believe they're divided into 3 categories. The first being networking. Agriculture provides a strong basis to get to know one another and to help each other out. In the agricultural community, you truly can learn from one another and maybe end up getting a job from one of those people. Another thing I think it provides is friends. On the screen shows a couple of friends I've made through my involvement in agriculture. Although these are not all the friends I've made, I am very grateful for these relationships that I believe will last a lifetime. The third aspect that I believe involves the whole agricultural community, which is kind of like a family. In stock shows, our agriculture family has been there to lift each other up when we don't do as well as we may have wanted, or celebrate our successes with each other, even if it means that we have had to lose along the way. Although I've been talking about my involvement with animals, this is definitely not all agriculture has to offer. Agriculture can involve livestock, or horse, or horticulture, which can be growing crops in your 5-acre field, or even growing a small tomato plant in your apartment. It can also involve floriculture, mechanics, public speaking, or even business, among many other things. Masanobu Fukuoka said, "The ultimate goal of farming is not the growing of crops, but the cultivation and perfection of human beings." I believe this to be extremely true, as I have seen it in my own life. I now invite you to all find some way you can participate in agriculture, big or small, and see if it can change you like it has changed me.